Hello, viewers. Once more, I welcome you to this episode of Teaching the Faith with our regular guest. But for the sake of those who may be following for the first time, this is Reverend Father Matthew Atta, the coordinator of Family and Human Life of the Diocese. Father, we are talking about human life. So I'm sure your being here is not in error. And Father Wilfred Mali also a regular host guest in the studio, the director of liturgical music. Though we are not singing here, but we're talking about the faith of the church. So we are here to react to a video. After the last episode, a lot of persons reacted, they sent private messages, a lot of videos. We are going to look at only one of them. We'll see one and see how we can respond to them. To this particular one by Solomon Okwe. Thank you.
My name is Solomon Onecho John Okwe. What we are saying is all about the Ibegwu. Why Ibegwu not judge the way it is? I'm married. It happened that yes, I'm married to this person. This is my wife, which I'm the husband. If my wife do anything contrary against Ibegwu hold on to her. How can Ibegwu hold on to a woman that is married? When you are married, your father have accept the collar, both tradition and white wedding. Minus white wedding. We don't even believe in white wedding. We believe on tradition. After your introduction and your engagement, in presence of your community and in presence of your family, you accept to marry Mr. A, and Mr. A and Mr. B will become husband and wife. When you go contrary to against the tradition of the land or where you marry from, Ibegwu hold on to you. How can you go contrary or against the gods of the land? I'm making an example here. This is Pensu. This is my wife. For instance, this is my wife. If my wife go outside, go and sleep with another man, in where I'm coming from, he have a grace of 7 days or 14 days. If not, Ibegwu hold on to him. And when he came back to the house and tell me, the husband, Solomon, that yes, my husband, this is what happened, I will tell him to go and meet the elderly person in my family. I will not eat his food. I will not sleep with her. Even the water in the house, I will not drink. The necessary thing they need to do to please the gods of the Ibegwu, you go and do. But you as a man, because you are so daft because of love, or somebody tell you that say don't believe in Ibegwu, and your wife came back to you, you know or unknown, eat food, give you food, you eat. He give you water, you drink, and you went and sleep with. My brother, if you have the grace of God upon you, 14 days, 7 days, you are gone. You are a dead person. In Olamboro, the side coming from Ogugu side, there's what we call Unyeji. After the wedding, everything, they will take you to that place. You now get and do that traditional rite. Meaning church is coming up today that yes, the same thing that yes, if Pensu, that is my wife, commit adultery or fornication, the same level that yes, Ibegwu hold on to my wife, and be me as a man, as I'm going out to go and meet another woman, Ibegwu should hold on to me too, which is not so. We have not. Who marry you? You're a man. Is a man that marry a woman, not a woman that marry a man. We will come to the law of the church. Church has its own law. We have 10 commandments. We have 6 commandments of the church. The land has its own law that guide the sons and daughters of the land. Ibegwu, even as a man, there is an extent you go in life that against your community, against your brothers and sisters in the community or in the family, that Ibegwu will hold up to you. But in terms of marriage, that yes, being as a man, you went out and meet your girlfriend or sleep with your girlfriend or have a fornication or have something to do with your girlfriend, Ibegwu will not hold on to you. Man is polygamous in nature.
So we are back. You see, Solo has highlighted women should not give money. The ancestors should hold them so that their wives should not be able to send money home and all of that. Father, I want to react to that particular one.
Thank you so much, Father, once again for this unique privilege. Solo, thank you for airing your view so that we can equally respond adequately to that. You see, in that light, there is what we call gender based injustice.
Okay.
The supposed justice of the ancestors, Ibegwu, you see, it's like there is a transformation into cultural mechanism for men's control.
Yes.
Rather than a genuine expression of divine justice. So if you are saying that Ibegwu should hold the women so that they cannot showcase generosity to their biological parents who gave all for them before you encountered them as wife, is a form of injustice. Philosophically, I want us to just look at it philosophically first. The injustice of ancestral system towards women stems from a distorted idea of anthropology, whereby the women, they are seen as treated as second-class citizens, like an extension of male authority, and they are subjected to all forms of treatment that is bereaved of what is expected to be given to humans. This imbalance reveals a philosophical contradiction, because if ancestral spirits are the moral guardians of the community and they are also arbiter of justice, so don't you see that using it as mechanism for oppression against the women, it has lost its morality?
Yeah.
Because it has become not divine but culturally constructed and morally flawed, which is also a reflection of human bias projected onto the spiritual realm. And thank God, your name is Solo, you are a Christian. From a theological point of view, in relation to God, all of us, men and women, we are created as imago Dei, in the image and God, likeness of God. So, in equality, we are the same. So then no one should be treated as a second-class citizen. And then it is also an act of sheer wickedness that the wife you claim to love, she cannot help, she cannot help her own parents financially, even while they are going through economic crunch. So it means that love has a question mark. The church's documents, if you check Gaudium et Spes, yes, even John Paul's document, Mulierus Dignitatem, that is on the dignity of women, that they have made it clear that any form of oppression against women is contrary to God's intent. So it is not divine. So you see, when ancestral traditions invoke spirits to justify female subjugation, widow rituals, even forced purifications, or accusation of even touching the finance of your husband, you see, such practices, they contradict both natural law and divine revelation. So true justice, you see, is like having what we call spiritual intimidation with gender bias. So please, it is good we have it clear here and now that the danger of confusing culture with revelation, that on a spiritual realm, such that women will be treated as an object of oppression, should be discarded. Because as Christian, the gospel calls for conversion of culture. Not its rejection, but its transformation. So, it is very pertinent and key that just as God created the male in his own image and likeness, so also he created the female in his what? In his own
Image
and likeness. Because if you look at it, at the creation story, when God wanted to create the world, he created the world through a fiat. Loose fiat, let there be light, and there was light. But when it was time to create man, he created it by counsel of speech. Let us make man. Theasimus. Let us make man in our own image and likeness. And as it was time to create woman, you see, even Adam himself, man, acknowledged the beauty of God's creation and say, wow. You know what it means? When Adam exclaimed at the Garden of Eden, wow. Wow simply means woman of wonder. This is the bone of my bone and the flesh of my flesh. So it is God's creation. Thank you.
Oh, beautiful. Wow. Woman of wonder. Eve. So every good woman is a woman of wonder. Correct. I know, Father, you are not a feminist, but you are a man that talks with so much passion and emotion. And here is Solo telling us that to maintain sexual morality, Ibegwu has to be involved, ancestors have to be involved, and basically, not on the man, but on the woman anyway.
Yeah.
So how do you respond to this particular...
Thank you, Father. Thank you. The teaching is becoming clearer. People are following us. So I thank you for the work you're doing. Yeah, a lot of persons are reactions like this will tell you that people are following. And knowledge, is stage by stage. Yeah, even Solo himself is already reflecting on something. And eventually, purity comes, assimilation comes. We are not saying people should take it all at once. It may be difficult. Someone who is cheating on his wife, who has many girlfriends, and then you are telling him now, don't cheat, it may be difficult. But then, gradually, we are getting there. So, let them not be afraid. Christ will lead us. A man should be faithful as a woman is faithful.
Yes.
Yes. All of us, a woman does not have more obligation than a man. The Lord has made them one. Yeah. Male and female, he created them. Yeah. And so a woman is not lower, like Father has spoken so well, quoting documents. Yeah. A man should know that if it is not even well with his wife,
he's not well.
He's not well. He's not well. If the woman is not happy, do you know that the DNA, the way the genetic makeup of the human person is, even the music that a woman listens to when she's pregnant affects the baby in the womb. So if you make your own woman toxic, if you make her sad, you are already destroying your genealogy.
Yeah.
You are going to raise children who have all kinds of toxins, pain. So the woman should be happy. There are cultures in the world where Ibegwu is not involved, and people are faithful.
Yes.
People are faithful. What do they mean? We don't need it. Christ is our light, and he is enough. If you go to mass, I can assure you, I used to tell my people, every day go for morning mass. Try to be in the state of grace and take communion. You will be surprised at what God does to you, your family. You will love more, you will live better, healthier, and happier. But if you think Ibegwu will catch somebody for you, so you surrender the person to the vigilance of Ibegwu, then you'll be moving from women to women. You'll be treating infection. You will die young. There was a man around Ayimba who was, I don't want to call his name, a top politician. He has his wife, but then he went and got a house for a girl, rented shop for the girl. He had not built a house for himself, but then he got a shop, furnished it for the girl, and got a house for the girl, and then he comes there. One day he met a young university boy there with the girl. He went into a fight, and the young boy took a bottle and broke his head.
Okay.
That's how they rushed him to the hospital. He couldn't make it. it's so embarrassing. I had to die like that. And then he doesn't have a house in his place, but he has built, and all of that. So this would have been safe if he had self-control, then discipline in the home. So there's no need people looking at how I can be going out, then my wife shouldn't go out. No. Discipline your own self, and then you will discover that the home, you are the head of the family. Yes. Once you take it back, herself, there's no man, there's no woman who sees a man who loves her purely. Like the prophet Hosea was put in, God calling, going to get a prostitute. And then he runs back to prostitution. He goes back to call her. And redeeming love, if you read Francis Rivers, redeeming love. The love of God redeems. After a while, if you see a love so pure, so true, you will bow. Look at War Room, the movie War Room. This man was misbehaving. And the lady, instead of fighting the girlfriends of the man, he designated a room and said, this is my war room, this is where I'll be praying. If he sees a text message on the husband's phone, he brings it there and pastes the name of the person and start praying like that. The day the man saw the room where this lady had been kneeling and praying, the man looked, said, oh, you knew all this while? He said, yes. You didn't confront me. He said, no. I said, I'll keep praying. And one day, if you change, then the whole family will be happy. The man couldn't go to work. On his own, he told himself, he said, no, I can't put my family through this. Yeah. So, Christ, turning to Christ for me, is the answer.
Father Matthew, I'm sorry you may not be expecting another question from me right now, but because of the precarious nature, if we want to be sincere, so many women are under serious toxic relationship. So many women have been imprisoned and caged by the plague of this imbalance, as you said. Some men feel it is their right to be rascal, it is their life to be anyhow, and they are not accountable even when they are supposed to be responsible. And then eventually, the women are caged. But you see, Father Wilfred mentioned something the other time, the world is evolving. I am scared of the bouncing back. What do we say to men? I want you to advise men who see themselves as superior gods. Superior human beings. You have spoken about equality before God. So I just want you to give final comment on it by directing to men that, bro, you may not be a married man, of course. You are not a married man. But mechanic, when they repair car, no get car. So you can, by your study, you are in human life and marriage and family. So address the men directly. This thing is looking at us at the face, and we are scared of the futuristic disaster.
Thank you so much, Father. You see, this whole thing we are doing now, by responding to this question in view, is a step in the right direction. And they said a word is enough for the wise, because the church in Africa, and that's why we are here now, we must help the women to break from this psychological trauma, bondage of ancestral fear that has been imposed on them. And how are we going to do that? Yes, the floor is open. The men, they know the truth. Because if you turn your wife into a slave, you discover that the house becomes wretched.
Yes.
Yeah. But if your wife lives, you know your wife, you treat her. You understand? So you see, oftentimes, I remember last time I was preaching at a wedding. You were there at Togo.
Yeah.
And I said, look, if you must beat a woman, it's not by physical beating. Every man who wants the house to be happy, there are special ways of beating a woman. B, beautify her. E, encourage her. A, as sister, and letter T, treat her as a queen, because she is your other self.
Yes.
If you understand the mystery of marital union, nobody will tell you to treat your wife with dignity.
Yeah.
Because the union of husband and wife, if you look at Pauline theology, Ephesians chapter 5, you discover they say, husband,
Love your wife.
love your wives. Wives, be submissive to your husband. So love your wife. What does it mean? You know, at every marriage, there's what we call communion. Communion.
Yeah.
So if there's a communion, it means that she's your other self, he is your own other self.
Yes.
And this communion is in two phases: communion of bodies and communion of souls. So you are no longer two, but what? But one. So what you know it is not good for you shouldn't be good for the woman. If you don't want to be treated with contempt and levity equally, you shouldn't treat your wife with contempt and levity. So please, it is time, and that is why many women, especially widows, who have lost their husband, because one, they don't even have a basic knowledge of the finances of the house. They don't even have a basic knowledge of what? Of the property of the husband. You understand? Because of this gender-based injustice. You see them? The family goes off with everything. The children and the woman, they are left perpetually in what? In suffering. So, it is high time for our fathers, men, let them learn to place their wives, our mothers, in place of a dignified position. Thank you.
Yes. Father, you have to say something.
Yes.
See, somebody said somewhere, allegedly anyway, that the head of a woman has 1,958 connecting points. That the weakness of a woman should not be underrated. How can you encourage women? I want you to encourage women. He has spoken to the men.
Yeah.
So many women, we have seen a lot of things on social media. A woman out of outburst poured water on the husband. Many people may not be careful of the action; they are judging the reactions.
Yes.
How can you talk to women?
Thank you.
Yes.
You see, we are in this world together, and what we are doing here, Father, it's a great work, and God bless you. You see, our women must know that we are not in a war. We are not in a gender war, because right now it looks like that. You see them forming clique. If there's a comment, if there's a post on the social media, women take their own side, men take their own side. It looks like there's. If we do not try to heal, it will affect all of us. Affect the church. We will have very toxic environment, because. Everybody look at, is it Akon? Akon recently, himself and his wife trying to divorce, and when she filed for divorce also, they said, okay, the money in Akon's account has to be shared. They suddenly discovered that the money was in his mother's name, and it's only $10,000 that is in Akon's name. And now, I think the court is saying that the woman should bring her own money now so that they share. And men are saying, oh yes, that's it. And all of
the
that.
win-win.
Yeah, now, so women should take it easy. They shouldn't lose the instinct, the mother's instinct. Yeah. Women shouldn't begin to compete. Yeah. Now, a woman compete. They hear when they hear that a man does this, they say, okay, we do it also. No, you shouldn't. So that if two wrongs cannot make it right. Yeah. The reason our parents were able to keep home, the woman knows that the home belongs to her, and then even if there's someone else outside, they believe that this is my home, not you going outside also. There are some persons advising women, if he goes out, you go also. No.
You do, I do.
No. So women should try to, if you love your husband more, if you love him, you are going to win him. Love conquers. Yeah. And women should continue. Let the home not be poisonous. Yeah, let the home be a place of love. Let the man know that there's no better woman out there.
Yes.
There's no better woman.
Yes.
But by the time you start fighting, by the time you start becoming bitter, he will continue his search for another person. But if he goes 2, 3, 4, he can't see anyone like you, he will confess. There's nobody that does not know the truth. He said, "God, no one is like this woman." So I encourage women to be peaceful, to be loving, to be Christ-like.
Hey, the topic is large. There are a lot to be said. The next time we'll be talking about homosexuality, gay, and implications in society. But for now, we are going to end it. Simple advice for those who are here to marry. Before you marry, know what you do and do what you know. So that you don't go into a home that you be bounded by cultural values that have no value in the true sense of it. Thank you once more. My name is Father Anthony Okoliko, Director of Social Communications, Catholic Diocese of Ida.